What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And it's happened again. Celsius has halted trading. What does that mean? And are you going to be affected by it? Make sure you subscribe to the channel for all of your cryptocurrency content. We're going to stay really close to this one because this could be a disaster waiting to happen. Let's give it a thumbs up and let's jump into it. So Celsius, if you don't know, is basically a centralized exchange. It's a trading platform that offers APY across a number of different projects. You see here 1.7 million people call Celsius their home for crypto. 83,332 ETH paid to community as of March 18th, 5,100 BTC paid as of March 18th. So 151,000 BTC in assets, 750 million in assurance for the GKX, and 50 million in funds. Now, what is it? Well, basically, it's exactly that. It's an exchange, but kind of like a yield farm, staking platform, whatever you want to call it, in terms of that, where you can kind of go and hold. You can see it hold 10 stars, hold 50 XRs, and it gives you a percentage return on your rewards. Now, why is that important? Because people look to this to stake their tokens, but it means they are not your tokens. They're not sat in your DeFi wallet. They are at the mercy of the Celsius chain. Now, I saw this back in 2017 when we saw a big blow up in things like cloud mining, where people would pay for contracts. The minute the market collapses, the contracts were null and void. And it's a little bit like this. So we did get this tweet from the Celsius network: is pausing all withdrawals, swap and transfers between accounts. Acting in the interest of our community is our top priority. Our operations continue, and we will continue to share information with the community. More here, and we'll take a look at that article. Why is it important though? Why have they stopped it? Well, look, they've stopped it because people are pulling their money out of cryptocurrency at a huge rate of knots. If we take a look at the coin market cap, we can see that the total crypto market is under 1 trillion, down another 12.5%. Bitcoin down 15%. I heard rumors earlier that Binance had actually held withdrawals of Bitcoin from their platform because, you know, once these things can happen, it can go into free fall and send the market absolutely to the pits. Equally, we can see it where people panic and move it out. The problem you've got, and I think the problem with Celsius right now, is when they start to open trading again, what is everyone going to do? Everyone is going to pull their money out. So, you know, look, my view, first and foremost, always try and keep your money out of a centralized exchange. It's really, really important. Get yourself a ledger, get yourself just a wallet where you can store your crypto that isn't on a centralized exchange. It is basically not your money until that point. But look, let's take a little bit more close look into what it's kind of talks about. So, a member to the Celsius community. Due to extreme market conditions today, we are announcing that Celsius is pausing all withdrawals, swap and transfers between accounts. We're taking this action to put the Celsius in a better position to honor over time. Its withdrawal obligations, acting in its interest of our community, is our top priority in service of that commitment, and to adhere to our risk management framework, we've activated a clause in our terms of use that will allow for this process to take place. Celsius has valuable assets, and we are working diligently to meet our obligations. It absolutely stinks of cloud mining back in the day. And what this is, they're sort of true in what they're saying. They are sort of true in that they are thinking of the people that are invested and they're thinking about the project, but ultimately they are protecting themselves. They are trying to keep their business going, because when you're built on staking ETH, or when you are locked into certain assets like this platform does, then when the market's really tanking, you're kind of in a sticky wicket. So these work when the market's trading sideways or small gains, small losses. In free fall that we are now, it becomes really, really risky, and they all have these clauses in the terms of use that says they can do it. So it's not great for the little guy. It really isn't. But look, hopefully they can kind of get this stuff resolved. Hopefully they can then start to kind of trade it again, and hopefully we can sort of see some work. Crypto lending giant Celsius halts withdrawals. It did make the news. It probably did absolutely get into it. And here's where the market, when we use the term free fall, you just get all these news cycles that support each other that ultimately get people scared and nervous about the market. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt, that FUD that we all talk about. Celsius Net, one of the largest crypto lenders, announced Sunday night that it was pausing all withdrawal, swap and transfers between accounts. It has 1.7 million customers. The company's token CL is trading at 23 cents as of writing. The actual token hasn't taken that much of a hit, but that's because, you know, ultimately the token's still probably purchasable. There's no reason why. It's 2 million in volume. It isn't this that's the problem. It's pulling the actual core blue chip assets out of Celsius that is the main problem. But it kind of talks here, the communication does not constitute offer. Anyway, that we understand that this news is difficult, but we believe it's our decision to pause withdrawal, swap and transfer between accounts, the most responsible action we take to protect our community. Again, it isn't, it's to protect the project. So make sure you subscribe. We're going to be really close to this because this is important, because this could fold Let's be clear about that. I hope it doesn't. Hope what they're doing is the right thing, but it's important we take a look at it. And then in other news, we also saw Tron attack today. The USDD depeg caused 16% TRX collapse. Justin Sun ready to cash in $2 billion to fight back. So what is this all talking about? Well, at Monday, June 13th, it turned out to be the collapse of the entire crypto world. But for Tron DAO, things got somehow even worse. It became known at the very beginning of the day, USDD, the algorithmic stablecoin of Tron, temporarily lost its peg to the dollar. The event caused the corresponding reaction and affected the quotations of the TRX, the network's native token, against the backdrop of negative overall market conditions. And additionally spurred by the USDD depeg, TRX dropped more than 16% in price. Now, it does feel like they have kind of caught it. We can sort of see it on here. Again, if we search for USDD, it's kind of got it back. No, it's 0.98, which, you know, most people would say, well, that is there at the $1 mark. But it is just slightly under. You can see how it's dropped and hasn't really maintained this back. But looks like they're prepared to put the money into it. Has saved it. But again, just this news cycle, people make rash decisions in markets like this, which are always nervous and always scared to do. What's the best thing to do? The best thing is to sit tight, liquidate your assets if you can. But these markets come and these markets go. We've seen this before. But look, stay strong. Do what's right for you. None of this is financial advice. I'm trying to bring you the most up-to-date news I can, but it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. I was talking about this on my live stream. We live stream at 9 p.m. GMT every night. This is going to be a rough market for the next probably, 2 to 3 weeks, I think. So we're going to have to stay strong, stay focused, make the right financial decisions for you. And let's hope that we get out on the other side. But let me know what you think of the video. Drop in the comments down below. Did you get affected by Celsius? Were you invested? I'd be dead interested to hear what your views are on it. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.